Now, believe it or not, the magic all happens behind this ordinary old roller door. And today we're going to meet designer Jason Baird, who is in the midst of costume creation frenzy. Hey Jason, what are you working on?
I'm working on one of the mermaid tops for H2O, Just Add Water, our new children's television series.
Now this is the top, but look at the tail. That is absolutely beautiful. What's the first step in designing something like this?
The first step in designing mermaids is the sketch phase, where we sit down with the director and producers and talk about the look and what they want. And from there we move into the body casting phase.
So each actor has to actually get fitted for their tail?
That's right, yeah. Once they've cast their actors, they come in for a full body cast.
All right. What kind of materials do you use for something like this?
The materials we've used are neoprene, which is like wetsuit material, silicone, foam, and a flexible nylon fabric.
Well, this is all very interesting, and very soon we'll be finding out just how a mermaid tail is made, so stick around. Welcome back. Today we're following the costume making process from go to woe, and we're looking at mermaid tails. Now of course, Jason, we've got the beautiful body cast, the fiberglass here. Yes. How does it all fit together and how does it fit into the tail? Okay,
once we have our fiberglass body cast, we start with our neoprene undersuit.
Fits really well.
Looks like a glove.
Yep.
From here, and that's all inside this section, from there we have a rod that attaches a foot plate to this flexible rod, down to this flexible nylon section, which is cast inside our silicone, which allows for a flexible movement to help the girl swim.
Like you'd think a real mermaid would swim in the water.
Absolutely.
So far we've seen costume creation steps 1 and 2, and a little later in the show we'll be adding the finishing touches to these fishy creatures. Well, our mermaid tail costume is almost complete. There are just a few more final touches to be added. Jason, what's left to do?
What's left to do now is the final scaling, and then that gets another detailed layer on top of that, and then a final airbrushing.
Are these all handmade, these scales?
Yeah, the scales are all vac formed out of a very thin plastic, and then each one is stamped and trimmed and then laid on individually. So it takes about 2 full days for 2 people to scale an entire mermaid tail, and from there we do a final paint job.
And how many tails have you made altogether?
We made 5 tails all up, and so we've got 1 tail for each girl, a stunt tail for any sort of extreme stunt work, and then a floppy tail, which is for like hanging out of a bathtub or in a sleeping bag or stuff like that.
So there you have it, the tail is finished, and so is this episode of Totally Wild. Thanks for joining us, we'll see you next time.